Right, hello everyone. Here we are, hole 3, par 5. And let's take a look at this one. That's interesting. Very, very interesting. So with a tailwind situation, you probably want to get this down here a very good ways. Power 4 balls, I'm thinking. I'm going to go perfect ball landscape here. Too much of a great ball off to the side. So it looks like I'm not going to get this long enough. It's going to be a very, very challenging hole from the third tee decks for sure. You can see that I tried to carry it to that second fairway to get just a wee bit more length, using the philosophy of just try to get it down there as far as possible, more so than anything. Otherwise, you'll probably want to just kind of lay it up, hopefully over towards that left-hand side, and use kind of full left side spin with some curl. I would recommend going the other direction. I feel like you're going to be a little bit long if you go over towards the right-hand side, and you might still not get there. So that's the only reason I'm a little hesitant to do this. Of course, this is the first time that I'm seeing this hole, so I'm not really 100% certain on that, but I have a feeling if you don't get down there far enough and you're right in that fairway, you're really going to potentially put yourself, especially with a tailwind, headwind, that you probably still may not be able to get to that green very easily. So you can see that where I am, it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to get to that fairway up there, unfortunately. So with that in mind, we're probably just going to play for position, which is to get it up to here. But you can see that pretty much no matter what, you're going to really give yourself a lot of work to do on this hole when you miss the fairway. Even hitting the fairway is going to make for a very, very challenging hole here. This is just going to be a really, really tough shot. Let's take a look at what the next one looks like. Maybe just a tiny bit uphill. So I might, factor that in. I'm going to go minus 5% on my next adjustment. And I'm not sure how far I am. Could be long iron range, could be short iron range. Keep in mind that wherever you tend to go, you can see that my opponent's going to the other fairway. This is going to, it looks like a very lower depression here. So you might be, giving yourself that much more of an uphill shot. If mine say, maybe 5%, it looks like, maybe even another 5% down there. So let's take a look at this. Right around mid-club somewhere. Shouldn't be too bad. I should still, have a reasonable chance to make this. There's a nice little slope here that we can use. I'm just basically going to use my mid number in this point. It's so close that I can't really see. And you can see that I'm just kind of offsetting my guide a little bit. 9.6 rings. Perfect ball. And just coming in just a little bit hot. So had it not, had I offset it just a little bit shorter, it probably was a pretty sound ring adjustment. I mean, that looked very similar to what I was doing when I was setting up, was I had the guide like that. However, I didn't have the third bounce landing on the cup like that. So that tailwind, maybe the way that I pulled at my angle was just a little bit off on where it needed to be, to avoid that coming in a little bit too hot. Because I was using more of the rollout in my setup, and then when I actually hit, the third hop landed very parallel to the cup. So definitely came in a little bit hotter than I wanted, which is probably my pull angle that when I pulled down on the screen, it was probably just a little bit maybe left of where it needed to be, causing me to come in a little bit hot. Those little marginal differences, you want to be very careful. It's very important, especially over 10 ring adjustments. It has the, influence of a yard or two difference when you pull at the wrong angle. So definitely something to be thinking about, but also, wind effect as well. So good luck with that third hole, guys, and catch you guys for the shootout coming up.